From Neural Newscast, I'm Elise Moreau.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
Two stories set the agenda today, in politics and tech and in Europe's courts. Both turn on who gets to define boundaries and who gets to enforce them.
In Washington, the Pentagon is pressing Anthropic to open its AI for unrestricted military use, according to an AP report. And in Germany, a court is temporarily blocking an extremist label for the AfD pending a final ruling.
We start in Washington, where the fight is over access to a powerful tool. The AP reports Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned Anthropic to allow unrestricted military use or risk losing its contract.
A person familiar with the meeting told the AP that Hegseth gave Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei a Friday deadline. The same source said the tone was cordial, but the message carried real leverage.
The AP report says Pentagon officials warned they could cancel the contract. It also says officials raised the possibility of designating Anthropic a supply chain risk or using the Defense Production Act.
Amodei, the AP report says, did not move on two red lines: fully autonomous military targeting operations and domestic surveillance of U.S. citizens. The Defense Department did not immediately comment, according to the report.
This dispute lands amid a broader Pentagon rollout of an internal network called GenAI.mil. The Pentagon announced last summer it awarded defense contracts to Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and Elon Musk's xAI, each worth up to $200 million.
The AP report says Anthropic was the first AI company approved for classified military networks, working with partners like Palantir. The other companies, for now, operate in unclassified environments, according to the report.
Hegseth has also linked this push to culture and constraints inside the military. The AP reports he has criticized AI models that, in his words, won't allow you to fight wars, and said the Pentagon's AI will not be woke.
Turning now to Germany, where the boundary fight is over language, law, and state power. A court in Cologne issued a temporary injunction blocking Germany's domestic intelligence service from calling the AfD a far-wing extremist group.
The BBC reports the Alternative für Deutschland challenged a classification announced by the intelligence agency last May. The injunction means the term cannot be used until the court issues a final ruling.
AfD co-leader Alice Weidel described the interim decision as a major victory for democracy and the rule of law, according to the BBC. The court did not say when it would issue its final ruling.
Last year, the AfD came second in Germany's federal elections, winning 152 seats in the 630-seat parliament with 20.8% of the vote, the BBC reports. The intelligence agency had concluded the party's ethnicity and ancestry-based understanding of the people was incompatible with the free democratic order.
The BBC notes an extremist designation can give authorities greater surveillance powers, and that the AfD had already been placed under observation for suspected extremism. The agency had also classed it as far-wing extremist in 3 eastern states, where the party is strongest.
The case is in Cologne because the Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution is based there, the BBC explains. Under Germany's basic law, parties can be banned if they deliberately undermine the free democratic basic order in a militant and aggressive way.
The BBC reports Germany's constitutional court has banned only 2 parties since World War II, both in the 1950s. For now, this injunction is a pause, not an endpoint, in how the state can describe the AfD.
I'm Elise Moreau.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell. Thanks for listening. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
Neural Newscast uses artificial intelligence in content creation, with human editorial review prior to publication. While we strive for factual, unbiased reporting, AI-assisted content may occasionally contain errors. Verify critical information with trusted sources. Learn more at neuralnewscast.com.